Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Cookhouse by Elo and Nose. I'm going to show you how I make my oil-free Giz-Dodo. Here I've got my turkey gizzard, I've got my plantain, I've got my chopped onions, red onions, and I've got my bell peppers. I've got the red one, the yellow, and the green bell pepper. I've also got one Scotch bonnet I'm going to be using for this recipe, and then I have my seasoning cubes, I have thyme, I have chopped tomatoes, and I have salt for taste. These are all the ingredients we're going to need to make our oil-free Giz-Dodo. Stay tuned, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop the plantain into smaller chunks and wash my gizzard ready for boiling. Now I'm just going to make the stock that I'll be using throughout this video. So I'm blending some pepper, some garlic, ginger, and onions. These are all the yummy nutrients that you need for your gizzard. So this is what it looks like already blended. I'm just going to add this into the gizzard, and then I'll just give it a good shake. I'll add my thyme to it. I'll add a little bit of salt. I'll add my curry, just to spice it up however you want it. You can add whatever. You can add any seasoning cubes you like. You can add your meat stock or anything you want to spice it up. I'm just going to use one seasoning cube here because I'll use the other one while I'm making the sauce for the Giz-Dodo. So just one seasoning cube is going to go in there, and then I'm just going to take this to my stove for boiling. This is what it looks like on the stove, and I'm just going to be allowing this to boil. So this is what it looks like already cooked. I'm just going to slice this into smaller chunks, just to fit around the size I want. And then I'm just going to put this in the oven and allow this to cook for about maybe 20 to 30 minutes. I'm stirring in between just to get, the right consistency and texture that I want. So I'll just leave that in there to boil for like 10 minutes, come back and check it. And then this is what it looks like. I'm just making sure that the ends are not too dry, making sure that there's no burnt edges. And then, I'm just going to bring it out, and this is what it looks like when it's ready. So guys, this is the final version of the grilled gizzard and the plantain. So this is what my gizzard looks like. I didn't want it to be too dry, so I brought it out after like 10 to 20 minutes, and this is what the plantain looks like as well. I'd stirred it in between. I'd made to make sure that all the sides are properly grilled, and this is what it looks like, guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and get ready to make my sauce. I'm pouring a little bit of my meat stock into the frying pan, and I'm just going to allow this to boil for about a minute or two. As you can see, it's boiling already. I'm just going to go ahead and add my tomatoes at this stage. But you can decide to do it whichever way you want. You can add your tomatoes first and then add your meat stock, or you can add your meat stock and then add your tomatoes, just the way I'm doing. Whichever way works for you, all trying to achieve the same result of making sure that there's no oil throughout the process. So guys, I just give this a good mix, allow this to boil for like a further 3 to 5 minutes, just so everything can come. I'm adding my onions here, as you can see, and I'm just going to make sure that all the onions is going in now at this stage. However size or amount of onions you want to add. If you don't want to even add onions as well, that's fine. It's really up to you, however you want to do it. This Giz-Dodo is freestyle, so whatever version you like to add. If you want to add onions or no onions, if you want to add vegetables, carrots, green peas, but whatever you actually want to do, it's actually allowed. So I'm now going to go ahead and add my chopped bell peppers at this stage, and as you can see, it just changes everything, guys. It just makes it so colorful. At this stage, I can even decide to say, what, I just want to have steamed vegetables with rice, with yam, with plantain, with whatever, and it looks good already as it is, and I don't even have to add too much stock or anything to it, because like my meat stock already has some seasoning to it. So just the way it is now is good to go for any other dish that you would like. But no, guys, remember, we're here for Giz-Dodo, so we're just going to go ahead and give that a good mix. Make sure everything is well put together, so everything has a little bit of heat around. I feel like I need to add a little bit more seasoning stock to it, so I just want it to be more juicy, you know, not too stuck together. I want it to be really juicy, and I'm just adding some meat stock here. You can add some meat stock if you want, you know, just follow your discretion of however you like it. If you want it to be really sticky, you can leave it dry. If you want it to be really juicy, but I like my Giz-Dodo to be really juicy, to look like there's oil in it, so that's why I added extra spice. I'm now going to add my salt to it. As you can see, just a little bit of salt, because I added salt initially when I was making the stock for the gizzard, so I don't want to have too much salt as well in there. So just a little bit of salt. I'm mixing that up. You can see that my vegetables are still fresh, you know, no still vegetables here, guys, you know. And then at this stage, I'm going to allow it to boil for like another 1 minute or maximum 1.5 minute, you know. So it's been boiling for like about a minute now. I'll just come back and I'm getting my gizzard ready to go in. So at this stage, I'm just going to go in and make sure that, okay, right now I think it's boiled enough for me to add my gizzard. So I'm just going to go in and add my remaining seasoning cube. As you can see, remember I had 1 seasoning cube from before, and now I'll now add my gizzard. So guys, you know, this is my gizzard going in there. I'm just going to mix everything up. You know, the idea to Giz-Dodo is mixing, stirring, making sure that everything is just coming through together, making sure that every part of the gizzard catches the flavor. You know, you don't want to have some parts of the gizzard not entering the sauce, you know, so that sauce is just going to go around everywhere. Everybody's going to feel the sauce. And this is what it looks like after I've mixed the gizzard round. As you can see, I've still got some juice left on the pan, you know, so it's not too dry, it's not too you know, stuck and stiff. So at this stage, I just want my gizzard to boil a little, because I want the juice, you know, to really go into the gizzard, to enter it. I like my gizzard to be soft, not too hard, you know, on the mouth and all that. So I just want it to boil a little on its own before I go ahead and add my plantain. So I'll just leave this to boil for like maybe another 1 minute or 2 minutes maximum, guys. It really depends on you. So now I feel like it's boiled enough. I'm just going to go ahead and add my plantain and then give this a good mix, guys. Like, I'm just going to mix everything together again. Like I say, make sure that the juice is in there, guys. Like, you just want the juice to be in there, because remember, there's no oil, so you want everything to come out looking so nice and so yummy and so creamy, you know. So I'm just giving this a really good mix, and as it is now, guys, this is ready, you know. So this is the final version of what it looks like. I'm just stirring it together, making sure everything is in there. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you.